Welcome back, MTG Joe here, and we're going to be playing some more mountain-based decks. Been enjoying more linear decks, going into like the Bant mirrors or like the Sultai mirrors. Quite time-consuming. I like just kind of flinging like burn spells at the opponent right now. So we played Burn the other day. What we're going to try out today is a Frenzy build. So this is one that I think #1 Mythic right now. It was a Japanese player, so unfortunately I don't know their name offhand. But pretty much their list, a couple tweaks due to personal preference. But it built around Experimental Frenzy, just kind of playing a bunch of stuff off the top. And it's a lot of burn. So this is kind of more in line with the older standard version. You have stuff like Lava Runner, Viashino, Chain Whirler, Ferocidon in the main. And then you have Wizard's Lightning, Lightning Strike, Shock, some Light Up the Stages. I'm playing one Grim Lavamancer. I don't like too many. Kind of get swept up with everything right now, and it's a little slow. I'm opting to play Pillar of Flame just as another burn spell with Exile. And then you have your Soul Scarred Mage. 21 lands in this version, 1 castle, 4 ruins. Sideboard, you have Crypts for graveyard decks. Red Cat Melee versus like Goblins in the Mirror. A Braid is a flexible removal spell. Fry versus like Teft decks. Don't really see it, but Baneslayer and Lyra also takes it. Some Lava Coils, Bone Crusher, another Ferocidon. Volcanic Fallout is good against the Goblins matchup. It's good against Citadel decks. It's instant speed as well. And then 1 Hazoret for the more grindy matchups. So, we'll fire this up, see how it goes. I've been like literally stuck at the same point. I'll win like 3 in a row, lose 3 in a row. So let's see if this works. Depending on how this goes, I also have Sultai mid. Nothing too innovative. One of the Arena Zone decks that I swapped out an arrow for Scarab God. It's one of my favorite cards, so just wanted to play Scarab God really. So let's see how this goes. I'm still trying to figure out the deck I want to play for the MIQ next weekend. Auras was my deck, but it's been really rough right now with Sack and Sultai being so prevalent in the format. So I think going Viashino into Ferocidon is a nice line. Looks like we're likely against Sultai. So this will shut off the Uro. Okay, so Bant. So with Bant, we don't want to overcommit to the board. Probably go Viashino. So if they're doing this, chances are they don't have a board wipe right now. Because they would just be saving 2 points of damage. And like this, they still take 1. So if they do have a sweeper, I can just play Ferocidon. Okay. Run him down. So this matchup will be a Fry matchup. Probably bring in Crypt, bring in the Hazoret. I don't think Bone Crusher's that great. Ferocidon's fine, because they'll likely have Gargaroth. The Lavamancer's slow. Light Up the Stage is fine. This can pick off like Teferis. Probably Pillar of Flame. Maybe a Mountain. We're on the draw, so let's do that. So they'll probably bring in, they'll have access, if it's like most of the lists, they'll have 4 Wrath of Gods. And 2 to 3 settles. This hand's a little precarious. think beyond this, we'll play out the Ferocidon. Okay, Digisensor. That's fine. They misaligned? No. Maybe might have not been the best move. We could have put more pressure on them. Because this Fry is not going to really hit anything this turn. Probably should have gone Ferocidon. Okay. So they've been an Uro. And they have the Wrath. So this game we're flooding a bit. They can escape back the Uro this turn. That does kind of slow down Azcanta. So they'll actually take a damage here. And then because this has Menace, we can attack into it. Get to draw a card, but they're taking some damage this way. We are flooding hard. I can try to race them here. I have 2 damage here. Want to hold this Chain Whirler for now. As of right now, they're on a 3-turn clock, but they're drawing a lot of cards, and they have this to filter their draw. Three cards.
I have practiced against many foes. Hone your prowess.
Shit. Alright, probably lost this one. We needed this to stick.
Sloppy technique.
Because at this point, they're gaining too much life each turn. Don't really have, like I have Hazoret.
I have just the trick for this.
Hazoret's probably the best draw. Yeah, they got Tef now. There's just too much card advantage at this point. It's important versus control. Like we had probably another turn or two, but just knowing when you lost. Man, we flooded out and we took out a land. I think we run this back. Do we want the pillar? Nah. Let's just play this. Once I hit the fairy down, like even a frenzy doesn't help at that point because they'll just tuck it. We want a 1-drop. Okay, this sounds better. We want to put pressure on them early. Because now we can potentially just curve into Hazoret. Okay, well they don't have blue mana, which bodes well. If they have Baffling End, it's fine. I still have Hazoret. And we'll be able to attack in with it next turn. Timely's annoying. They don't gain the life, and they take 3 damage. Next turn, I could play out the mountain. Yeah. Got him. Nice and quick. Frenzy red. I think that's basically all we want to do in that matchup. I actually think what we might be better suited to do, because against heavy board wipe decks where the life gain matters, the 4th Ferocidon's better off as a Tibalt. The fact it doesn't get hit by like sweepers is relevant. Oh, sorry about that. If you do have any sweet lists, let me know. We're going to wait a couple more days, and then I'm going to start brewing for Zendikar with new standard. Just want a couple more cards out, and then we'll do the similar deck tech videos, stuff like that. Imagine Bant's probably easier than Sultai. Sultai has Ugin, that's a bit of an issue. And just Nissa creating 3/3s is more relevant. Plus they typically play like 3 Eliminates, 3 Heartless Acts. Come on, opponent. I think we keep this. We don't have a play on 1, but we're on the draw. We have 2 burn spells to take out their stuff and then play a Ferocidon into Frenzy. This hand is worse against something like Sultai, but I think we try it out. So, still could be a couple things. Could be Sacrifice, could be Sultai. Usually, Bant doesn't play Fabled Passages. They'll opt for the Cycle lands. Alright. We have a forest. So I'm going to do this turn because it lets me Wizard's Lightning as well. And then this plays around the cycle counter. Hey Quantum, how's it going? Not too bad. I haven't been able to win with anything recently, so just trying out different burn piles. Yeah, so it doesn't even with the sensor, it's fine. That's the second, so we get haste here. They can go Uro here, but then I drop Ferocidon. Yeah, it's just one of those like streaks that I'm on. This is better if they have Uro, but worse if they have... I'm gonna pass. Because if they have like Wrath of God, I would rather they 1-for-1. If they have Teferi, I can Lightning Strike it and attack in. This might also get a counter out of them. Since we have the second Frenzy, I'm cool throwing something out there. It's fine. Our Ferocidon would have been countered anyways. I could sneak Frenzy down now, potentially. They also missed a land, which bodes well. So they did have another Censor in hand. They're at 6 cards. So we're drawing the castle to hand. They're probably just gonna get the Uro back this turn. Yeah, this one's a little bit more creature based than the burn one we played the other day. I think this one's a better build just because you have more reoccurring damage sources. Playing burn is a bit of a hard mode when Uros are running around rampant. Like we do have the Ferocidon's main. Okay, so they're tapped out. Can we do 11? A little heavy on the lands. Was hoping for not consecutive lands. Okay, so they have this. They can shuffle, but it doesn't do too much for them right now. I'll take the 6 damage. Ferocidon turns off the lifelink. They're probably going to board wipe here. Yeah. So we took a chance. We took 6 damage, but I still think it's worth it. We don't really draw cards, and this effect doesn't do a huge amount against us. We just want to hit like prefer that if it was with a wizard. Okay, so we got another Ferocidon.
Keep an open mind.
Double Teferi. So they probably tuck the Frenzy.
I know my responsibility.
Or do they tuck the Ferocidon? They tuck the Ferocidon. That's a really good one. I get to kill both of these.
Still have much.
A little annoying, they're gonna get Uro back again. Stupid auto tapper. Can they do both? Yeah, they can get to Fairy and Uro. Yeah, Wrath is, I don't know why they added that card. Shatter was fine. Like, it did force you into some situations where you actually had to make a decision or you give them a card draw. Wrath of God just has no drawback. I think we lost this one. So there's a... Because they're gonna do the Frenzy.
Trust me. You'll thank me later.
Oh, there's drawing. Okay. They have counter in hand? I think we just keep going face as much as possible. So even if they counter this one, I have another lightning strike. And we're doing this before because we have first strike damage. I think we still just need to keep pointing to the face. That's fine. Hieroglyphics. They might be able to get Uro back another time. They just need to throw a card in the grave. Yeah, now they get Uro back.
We need to move quickly.
We're at 27, we're at 28. I have another light up, Soul Scar, 2 Lava Mariners. Quite surprised they've let this Frenzy stay out as long as they have.
Those who cannot perceive beyond the veil meditate and prepare.
No, they got Absorb. We're dead now. With Absorb, they're just going to counter whatever's meaningful. They're getting 3 life, and then Uro comes out. So Hazaret, Crypt, this guy. Cut, Lavamancer, Pillar of Flame. Chain Whirler is okay. Because like it picks off their planeswalkers. I actually think we cut a Wizard's Lightning. We saw in that game it got a little cumbersome in our hand. They need to ban Uro. There's no reason that control decks or like these Sultai and Bant decks should gain so much life. Like, it just pushes out, like, either aggro has to be super hyper aggressive and broken combo, or, like, you have to be playing Uro. Someone made a meme that it was basically burn splash Uro. Yeah, it's such a stupid card. Okay, that sounds really good. I'm gonna put the ruins back. We'll go like this. This lets us at least catch the first Uro. But even the hate cards don't make a huge difference. Because you're still... Like, they still gain 3 life and draw a card and put a land into play. So we're hoping for them not to kill it this turn so I can light up the stage. What do I have? Just one right now. Want to hit a land here. Jeez, we were just never drawing a land. There might have been a play to hold that one because I wasn't going to be able to cast everything. I think we get Tybalt down if we can. It's the best card out of the bunch. Of note, they don't have double white, and they're playing Absorb in their version, not Neutralize. 3 cards. The old triple light up the stage draw. Never hit a land. I think I might want a second Tybalt in the side. It's really important for us to shut off the life gain of Uro. Opponents also used 6 minutes more of clock. Play out Soul Scar here. We're gonna lose it anyways. Seems like we're in a pretty good spot. They can Tef here, doesn't do too much. I have this with haste. I'm gonna hold this back and just lightning strike them on end step. Cool. And that was a game where the opponent just didn't do much. Do we want the Fries? I don't like Fry in this deck, so I think we're gonna cut the Fry. And then cut something else, put in a second Crypt, and a second whatchamacallit? Tibalt. On the play, I'll play it because of Teferi. It also lets my small things trade with Uro. I don't think we need Fry. Okay, sounds good. I don't think they play creature counters. And then like this, regardless if they take the burn or not, I still get haste. Five points damage right there. So they tapped out for Uro. They do gain 3, but I'm going to play this Tibalt out now. They're at 2 cards, so they need 4. I think it's more important for us to get Tibalt down. These have haste. This is fine. They can poke through. They Tef minus. That's fine. Yeah, but like Teferi doesn't do a huge amount against our deck. Like you can relatively just try to race it. It's different when they were playing Lyra or Baneslayer, because you need to get that off the table, but most of them are playing Gargaroth. Oh, I shouldn't have played the land here. This could be Settle. Okay, that's fine. So the Aether Gust.
My friend is here to help you.
I'm gonna hold on Viashino, because then that lets me light up the stage and play it next turn. Honestly, if I was them, I'd probably just play the Brazen Borrower. Because they could have taken down Tibalt. So the question is, do we hold this?
The focus and discipline hone your prowess.
I would love a burn spell. Absorb is annoying. So they know about this. This gives them a second look at something.
You could use some training.
So you need to decide between countering or playing this down to hit the thing.
I won't forget our time together.
So it takes him up to 8. Can't really attack this turn. Hazoret would be great. The problem is they have Absorb now up and that. I need Fry. Weird shit talking Fry, but I need it at this point.
That's it. Game over.
They have 8 mana. Yeah, I have plenty of mana.
I shall miss you.
One turn too late. If we had something to get rid of this Brazen Borer, we would have been okay. I'm honestly just gonna fully block Uro here. It's weird. They could have Escanted. We're gonna get buried in card advantage here. They have Brazen Bar. Oh, it's a blow up. Normally I'd hold like a spell, but we're gonna be firing off these ruins. Now we really lost. Not quite over yet, but it's pretty over. Fucking Absorb. If they didn't have the Absorb, we had a chance with this because it could have just pumped through damage. Yeah, let's make those changes. Uro needs to be banned. That card is so stupid. Okay, so sideboard wise, get rid of Fry. I want 2 Crypts, 2 Tybalts. I think the main board is fine. Got a good amount of burn. I honestly don't like Lavamancer. I think we play the Bone Crusher's main. Play 2 Crypts. And the Tybalts. Then, is there like another hate card for control? We could play like a 1 of Cheeky Claim. Or just play Magma Spray for the matchups where that matters. Is there really much with 4 toughness right now in the format? Because like this doesn't get pro. This doesn't do too much. I don't... So there's this that doesn't do too much either. for that matchup. Rune Blaster, we don't get enough mana, and it usually doesn't make a difference. We already have the Wizard's Lightning. There's this Chandra. I think we need to just be lower. I think we're okay there. We'll just play Magma Spray. And I think... no. Lava. Coil. Alright. Let's run it like this. One and one with the list, both against Bant. Thanos of Titan. Let's see if we could play a non-Uro deck for once. Yorion, so Doom Foretold. A little slow, but I think we try it. So this deck can gain a lot of life. It's fine, they're going to take this Frenzy. We're kind of banking on that, but we'll do what we can. Hope they don't have Othakaya. Charming Prince. Okay. Charming Prince did a decent job there. Basically 5 damage. Expecting a sweeper here. Cast out. Sure. This game is about pointing burn in one direction. So because they can likely have a sweeper here, I'm going to Bone Crusher. And they'll also have to sack this cast out, and then I get my thing back. I'm not going to play it out yet, because I get this to sack next turn anyways. I can Ramanot Bruins them. And if they just sack their Doom Foretold, then I'm fine with that. We got 2 more Frenzies. Bunch of burn. Okay, is this 9 live Solemnity? Burn spell. Burn spell. We have so much burn. So we lose the Bone Crusher. Come on. This is kind of nonsense. Lethal, lethal, lethal. Now no longer lethal because they'll attack with Murderous Rider. Stupid game. Stupid game. Mainboard Rest in Peace is interesting. Yeah, we'll take that. Shuts off this Murderous Rider. This is interesting. I put him dead to most things this way. Sick. I was gonna be really upset if we lost that one. This is a Tybalt matchup. Hazard's not great. I don't think they're getting much from their graveyard. Probably run it back. So they have a way with Hazard to actually hit me. I'm on the draw, so I'm going to cut a land. Frenzy's good. Cut a Chain Whirler. Doesn't do much. Ferocidon's fine. Probably trim a Wizard's Lightning. Run it back. So I imagine they're going to have a lot more removal now. So game 2, they probably have the advantage. If we don't have a quick draw. It's not the draw we want. Okay, we'll keep this one. Don't Thoughtseize, don't Thoughtseize. So I'm going to do this next turn so I can light up the stage as well. I'm always surprised when they keep in Thoughtseize against the burn deck. Like, my pieces are really redundant. Lothicai, Solemnity. Okay, if they have 9 lives, then I just lose the game. Solemnity doesn't put counters on things. 9 lives would basically prevent any damage. Then they could win the game that way. Oh, they just went Yorion. Bodes well for us. Let's try to max out damage here. This is worse if they have a board wipe. Shit. Okay, Doom Foretold. Burn spell. Burn spell. Okay, well, if they can't gain life, we have them dead in 2 turns. Actually, they gain some life here. Off the Doom Foretold. Actually, I could stop on my upkeep. That's fine. Ruins are really pulling their weight here. Sick. Lands get in there. We'll run one more, see if we can hit plat 2. The deck does a good job of punishing your opponent. I'm really surprised they kept Thoughtseize in though. Gas. Let's go. Let's go. Opponent's on Sultai. Gotta try to race those arrows. So they can Extinction Event this turn, so I think I want to prioritize getting damage out. It's probably another removal spell for Chain Whirler. I get more damage in this way. The only downside is if I hit like Frost Dawn, I wouldn't be able to cast it this turn. This does open us up if they had like Extinction Event. That's fine. Take a point of damage. It's fine. I lose this anyways. Get in the point of damage. This is fine because if they Nisa, I can still push through the damage. There's no Extinction Event. Dodge it. Okay, Crisis 4. Trying to throw out whatever we can here. They're F5, so they can technically Uro and Uro next turn. One turn. Give me a burn spell. Give me a burn spell. That works. Whirly boy, go brrr. Alright, so this matchup, Crips, Hazoret, Tybalt's. I don't think we want Lava Coil. So Trim a Chain Whirler, trim these Bone Crushers. Trim a land. Then probably a shock. It's the worst of the rest. They're gonna have so much like removal post board. They'll bring in Cries. They'll have the 6 instant speed, 3 extinction events, then the Ugins on the top end. On the draw, I think cutting a land's fine. They have Innocent Blood? No. As much as possible, we want to try to play around Extinction Event. I'd love a Crypt. Ah, they got Cry. Biohazard. I'm really surprised, like, these black players are keeping, like, whether it be that Esper list, or the black-white, sorry, or this, they're really keeping in a lot of their, targeted burn, or targeted discard. So I think here we play around, another sweeper. That's fine, because I can go Lava Runner. Lightning Strike to shrink this. So we're dead to Cry, dead to Extinction Event, Uros, almost live. They're playing Ritual as well. How many sweepers do they have? Again, why the Thought Seizes? Keeping this in hand. Yeah, now we're dead with the arrow. Again, too much life that game. Maybe we want Bone Crusher over the Chain Whirler. I don't think we want Lava Coil. If they brought in Ritual and Cry, maybe trim one of these. Play... Thing is, I want everything to do damage to the opponent. That already plays to even. Nah, I still think we play Soul Scar. Turns on Wizard's Lightning. It's a 1-drop. I still don't think we can play red with arrows going around, which is unfortunate. So we have this. Oh, come on. "20 lines is fine with the curve of our hand." Yep. I think we do this, because then next turn I can shock and Lava Runner. They're kind of priced into, and then this plays around any Ferocidon. Needed the Ferocidon that turn. At this point, as sad as it sounds, we're probably too far behind. Frenzy might get us, like, dragging, kicking, and screaming. Like, there's 3 there. 4. So they need 2 more cards in the grave for this Uro. Can you stop it, opponent? So Uro's coming down next turn. Yeah, we're gonna just we're gonna switch to Sultai. It's actually good. Oh, that's a draw. Doing this now. And we clipped 2 there, which is nice. So they probably have a sweeper. That's fine. The important thing is we hit 2 Uros. Opponent's just still ripping. Oh, come on. Game's not over. You need to actually win. You're at 6 life. Tibalt. Come on. It's like the worst draw. They brought in Trophy. Hazoret. Okay, Viashino gets us a bit closer. We have 2 points here, so we just need another 2 points. There's the Viashino. The Tormonk's Crypt off the top. Okay, Krasis is a live one. Puts him to 5. Hazoret. Oh, come on. Are you kidding me? This guy just top decks back-to-back Krasis. Magic's dumb. Yeah, because I'm dead. They have 13. They have exactly 13. Oh my god. Why is Uro a thing? Like that game there, we had the answer in the exile, but they still gained 6 life that game. And then back-to-back Krasises. So 2 and 2 in the end with this one. What are our deals? Oh, the Thalias. We're playing 5 ways for them to not gain life. And they're still gaining life. Better lucky than good. We've also played Uro decks 3 of our 4 matches. Kahira's control, typically. Go via Shino this turn, I think. They could have Censor. So maybe we play Soulscar. Nope, they just cast out. Double cast out. So I think next turn we do this, because then they can have a board wipe. And then we can follow it up with these two. Okay, they absorb. Kind of invalidates the turn. So this is usually Kahira means it's straight blue-white. Wrath of God. No Wrath of God. The Desperation Shark Typhoon. I could play all 4 out next turn, like all 4 mana next turn. Play board wipe. Get tough. Tough tuck. Because the opponent's not dead. I don't want to extend too much into a board wipe. I think we just pass the turn. they're likely to have something at this point. Okay, just another Teferi.
I know what must be. Keep up the pace.
So these Teferis have soaked up 10 damage.
Really should have seen that coming.
Again, though, we're not gonna overextend. Lightning Strike's really good there. Okay, so they are playing Essence Capture. Seal away. Sure. Just doing this so we can keep our mana open. So I'm going to do this. Can hit him for 2. Sphinx Rev for 2. They dodged the... Like, we've dodged a board wipe for quite a bit of time. There's the board wipe. They probably bring Kahira to hand now. We just do this now. They're starting to stabilize, so we're not in a great spot. These blue-white versions compared to the Bant ones have a lot more counter spells. I guess I should play out these lands. Hardcast Typhoon. Okay, we got Wizard's Lightning. Just doing this now, in case they have counters. They got Sphinx Rev. Probably not getting they smartly do it now because we could respond to it. Yeah, now we're dead. That's annoying. At this point, with everything going, they're gonna be pretty easily able to take us out. Don't think we want Crypt in this matchup. Chain Whirler's pretty bad. That's his Bone Crusher. Actually, let's trim along the edges. At this point, Bone Crusher's... it's burned. We go first. Okay, keep this hand. I'd rather keep the second one for haste. At this point, we kind of got to play. No, this is mono red. So we were turned away from this Tybalt. Had we gotten it, we would have been in an okay stance. So now I think we do need to... Depending how they block. No, opponent's on blue-white. I think it's important to get Tybalt down.
I would be honored to bring. Oh, you're so cute.
Yeah. Missing that land drop really hurt. Had we hit that, we would have gotten under the life gain. It would have been at 5 less. 5 or 6 life they gained? 6 life. Which basically invalidated our first two and a half turns. I think we just need to go all out. We're not winning this long game. Typhoon for 3. Attack here like Sphinx Rev or the another Timely. Tough.
Right on schedule. Let's skip to the good part.
I think we just need to put damage on our opponent. Now we're hitting all these lands. Hand seal away. We are not getting lucky. We had those couple good games with the list, but flooding out. Opponent's got a full grip. We can't draw anything to save our lives. I've also like barely seen Frenzy other than that one game. Are you kidding me? They have the castle, but yeah, we're not like dead, but we're basically dead. They're getting to the point where they can double castle activation. Teferi's gonna ultimate. Assume they have a counter spell here. Yeah. Alright, that wraps it up. I think this meta is too abrasive for Burn. We've tried a couple days now. and we haven't been able to succeed. We're running basically around 50%, if not lower, and we're not able to really get any traction. We've tried best of one, we've tried a couple of different variations, and nothing. As long as Uro's in the format, we're playing a bunch of life gain haters and stuff like that. Doesn't work. Anyways, I'm going to wrap this up. Thanks everyone for stopping by, and catch you later. Thanks for watching.